Before you watch this story, take a moment, because today you're about to witness a journey that Hollywood never spoke about. A journey of silence, surrender, and a search for peace. This isn't a celebrity headline. This is the story of a heart waking up. If you're ready to feel something real, let's begin. Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that behind Hollywood's brightest smile, behind the woman whose laughter filled movie theaters for decades, was a heart quietly searching for something the world never imagined. Not another role, not another award, but peace, real peace. And the world had no idea that Julia Roberts had found it somewhere far away from red carpets, spotlights, and cameras, in a moment of silence, in a place where her soul finally felt heard. This is the story the world never told. Julia Roberts, America's sweetheart, the icon of beauty, success, and fame, carried a secret so personal, so profound, it changed everything she thought she knew about life. People always saw her as perfection. But behind the glamour, there was a woman who felt an emptiness no amount of fame could fill. She once said in an interview, "The more successful I became, the emptier I felt." Those words weren't gossip, they were a confession. The awakening in Indonesia. During the filming of Eat, Pray, Love, Julia visited Indonesia, a place where life moved slower, hearts were calmer, and faith lived quietly in the air. It happened one morning, not a dramatic scene, not a movie moment. Just the sound of the Adhan, the call to prayer, echoing through the dawn. Julia said, "I didn't understand the words, but my heart understood the peace." That moment became her turning point. She saw people bowing in calm unity. No cameras, no acting, just sincerity. For the first time in years, she felt something awaken inside her, something soft, quiet, and real. A faith that, read her Julia, always said Islam's beauty was its simplicity. One creator, one purpose, one truth. "When I read Islam," she said, "it felt like the religion was reading me. Every verse of the Quran felt like light entering a dark room, especially the verse, 'Verily, in the remembrance of Allah, do hearts find rest.'" She said that one line explained her entire life, that everything she chased in Hollywood could never give her the rest her heart was begging for. Silent transformation. When the world discovered she and her family had embraced Islam, the internet exploded. Some praised her, some mocked her, but Julia stayed silent. She never announced her faith for attention. She lived it quietly, beautifully. People saw her visiting mosques in India, walking barefoot, covering her head, blending into the crowd without security or spotlight. That image said more than any press conference ever could. Islam wasn't a trend to her. It was home. Learning from Muslims, not media. She spent time with simple Muslim families, mothers teaching their children to pray, fathers giving charity quietly, communities living with gratitude instead of competition. She said, "It was the first time I saw happiness without a price tag." One woman told her, "Allah never leaves us." And those words struck Julia deeply. She realized she had spent her life surrounded by everything except faith, and that's why she had everything except peace. Ramadan, prayer and release. During Ramadan, she witnessed Muslims fasting with love, patience and gratitude, not punishment. Worship didn't look like fear, it looked like freedom. She said, "Islam didn't restrict me, it released me from ego, from chaos, from everything that didn't matter." Her most famous reflection was, "Islam taught me to say, Alhamdulillah." It became her anchor during anxiety, her reminder to breathe, to trust, to be grateful. A new Julia. People around her noticed the change. Her energy became softer, calmer. Her laughter became real, not for cameras, not for fame, but from peace. She said, "Islam gave me balance." She took simpler roles, spent more time with family, started living quietly with gratitude. Hollywood saw it, the world saw it. Judge Caprio's first reaction. When Judge Caprio heard about Julia's spiritual shift, he reflected in his gentle, compassionate way, "Peace," he said, "is the one thing no success can buy. If she found it, then it's a blessing." His reaction captured what millions were feeling: respect, understanding, and admiration. Not a celebrity story, a human story. People began researching Islam not because a celebrity converted, but because a human being found truth. Julia said, the more people tried to hide Islam's beauty, the more it shined. She wasn't trying to be perfect, just grateful, just sincere, just human. Her words began touching people across faiths. When I pray, I don't feel like a celebrity. I feel human again. She finally understood the verse. And he found you, lost, and guided you. And for her, that wasn't poetry, it was reality. Julia Roberts' journey isn't about Hollywood, it isn't about fame, and it isn't about headlines. It's about the moment a soul finds what it has been searching for its entire life. A moment of surrender, a moment of truth, a moment of peace. She once said, you can hide from the world, but not from what your soul needs. And maybe, just maybe, that's why her story matters, because it reminds us that no matter who you are, a movie star, a judge, an ordinary person, the heart will always crave the same thing. Peace, purpose, connection to the one who created it. Julia found her peace. Quietly, gracefully, beautifully. And in that journey, she didn't just discover Islam, she discovered herself. Julia Roberts' journey reminds us of one truth. The world can give you everything, but only faith can give you peace.